Guys, good morning. This is Rautri. Welcome to my channel. Today I have the privilege of doing Miss Loretta. I'm going to be giving her a haircut, and her hair right now is you have lost a lot of your hair, right? And,
Yes.
And it's growing back. This part is long, and we're going to trim a little bit. So guys, as you can see, her hair right here is long. Over here is real soft. Did you just have a birthday too?
Yes, on Saturday the 14th.
The 14th? How old were you?
I was 74.
74? Oh
Yes.
my gosh. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss Loretta?
Well, the things I would like to highlight is that I'm a cancer survivor. And the main reason that we're doing this YouTube is because I would like to encourage all women to have their checkups, especially young women. Sometimes you think because you're young that you won't get breast cancer. I'm a breast cancer survivor. I'm a former high school guidance counselor, former math teacher, and I just like to encourage people. My husband is a Vietnam veteran. He was a product of the Agent Orange, and he has a lot of problems with his legs at this point. But God is good. I'm a Christian, and I like for people to know that you trust God, but also please get your checkups.
When did you find out about it, that you have cancer?
About 4 years ago, I went in for a regular checkup, and my mammogram came back irregular, and I did several other tests. I did my procedures and chemo at Providence, which is now Providence, USA.
So they caught it at an
Very
early stage.
early stage.
Oh my.
But because of the type of cancer that it was, they did not want it to progress fast, so they did the chemo first.
Mm-hmm.
Later,
Was it stage 1 or something?
it was stage 0. Never heard of
really?
stage 0. Right. Because of the size and they the lymph nodes were clear and the tumor was very, very small. And so that is something that was I had not heard of, but was pleased to know.
Yes, that's the first time I heard of, like, so basically it was just a dot when you
Right. But because of the technology and the new equipment that they have with mammograms, they were able to detect, and they compared it to other mammograms. I always do my mammograms once a year, and I make sure had no history, no family history
of cancer of any kind.
Of any kind in our family. And my mom is deceased now, but she lived to be 94. My grandmother lived to be 92. My great grandmother 93, and no breast cancer, no cancer in our family. And so I say that to tell women and men, because there were several men going through the process of having breast cancer. So it can affect you. If you feel a lump, if you feel uneasy about something, get tested, because men also have cancer, breast cancer.
Usually you heard of men having prostate cancer, right?
Right, but you very seldom hear men that have breast cancer, but men are diagnosed with breast cancer.
You think it's all this hormone that
perhaps it's the food. I have not been through a clinical test. I did not sign up for it because it was during COVID. They wanted to do clinicals with me, but I was not able because I was in and out of the state. And after I finished all my treatments, and I did, it was basically during COVID.
How many children do you have?
I have one daughter who lives in Dallas, and one granddaughter that lives in Dallas. My daughter, granddaughter, and my son-in-law, they all live in Dallas. And
what took her up there? She went to school.
She went to McGill Tulane here,
Uh-huh.
and then she went to the University of Florida, and she received her law degree, and she practiced law in Dallas up until doing the COVID, and her little girls required a lot of attention, and schools were closed and everything. So that's basically what she does.
What kind of law she practice?
The last law firm she was with, they did personal injury.
And you have a son too, you mentioned?
No
You have
son,
no
just
son?
one daughter, one granddaughter.
Okay. You have done very well to be a high school counselor during your time. What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 1968 from Central High School. I attended Southern University.
You were from Mobile? Are you originally?
I'm originally from Mobile.
Okay.
And so I was in the class of 68, and we celebrate every year we have a class reunion.
Uh-huh. It's looking good already, so. We want to cut it dry just to see where her hair is. Usually I do cut it wet, but because of her hair being so fine. What does he do?
He's retired from Kimberly Clark. And
The International Paper Company?
Yeah, it's a paper company. And he just basically, he likes to watch cowboy movies. He was an avid bowler, but after retiring and some of his health problems, he no longer bowls and that kind of thing. But he likes to travel, and we do a little traveling every now and then. But like I say, COVID kind of slowed everybody down from moving around.
So you have you traveled all over the world?
No, I haven't traveled all over the world, and I'm just, my daughter and I and my granddaughter, we're planning a trip probably in the next year or so to take my granddaughter to Paris. That's where she wants to go.
How old is she?
She's 10.
She's 10. Oh, I wanted to go there, but I think I'm going to have to wait for a while.
Well,
because I still have, kid in
kids, you have young kids.
in college. Yeah, when you have 3 kids in college.
You have kids in college?
Yes, and then one in high school it takes a lot of money.
Yes, a lot of money.
One of them, she is at McGill.
Oh, okay.
She's a sophomore there.
Okay. Good school.
Okay. It's a very good school, like you say. Let me see. Let me see how it's looking. You know how sometimes when you look at it, you're like, okay, is it short enough? And then you keep going at it.
I want the back to be really short.
Okay, yeah, we short, and then I'm going to trim it up.
Okay.
So what high school did you, were you at first?
I was, you mean where did I work?
Yes.
Okay, I was a high school counselor at Bigger High School.
Bigger? Bigger is, what part of Mobile is that in?
It's in Pritchard.
It's in Pritchard?
And,
how far are you guys away from Thomasville?
Oh, not far, not very far. In fact, I had an opportunity to be in the first graduating class of Thomasville, which is now LaFleur High School.
Oh, okay.
But I was in Central, and we were like an annex, and then they separated the 2 schools. And so I was in the marching band.
There.
So I decided I wanted to stay at Central. So I finished at Central because even though I would have been in the first graduating class with a lot of my friends, but I wanted to stay with the band director and with the band that I was a part of.
During that time, was it segregated?
Yes, everything was pretty much segregated. In fact,
Wait, what year was that?
1968. In fact, they had just
68.
started to desegregate the schools, and I applied.
Was it 68 or 70?
68.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
70 was the last year. Central closed in 70. But there were some students and some friends and church members who attended Murphy High School.
Uh-huh.
And in fact, there were 3 of minority students that attended Murphy, and they
Before?
graduated in 67. But before, they 2 of them were members of my church. So I applied to go to Murphy High School, but they said I was out of the district, so they denied me based on that. But
So your graduation class is how many people?
it was about 340 people.
It's a pretty big class.
Yeah, but before that, my sister graduated in 67, and there were 700 and some students
Uh-huh.
that graduated. So that was really too big of a class
Oh, really?
to maintain.
To
Right.
maintain?
Right.
Back then, when was life a little bit hard for you guys?
Yes, it was difficult, but my father was a merchant marine, or seaman, as someone called him, and we didn't have a lot of problems with income, but we lived in the Tolmanville area, and but Tolmanville was not zoned for Murphy, and so that we were not allowed to attend. But my friends and my church members, they lived closer to the Murphy district, and they were in the Murphy district, so they were allowed to go.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get to attend Murphy's prom in 1967 because they were, I guess, because they were minority students, they were allowed to invite a couple of other guests.
Uh-huh.
So, and it was nice, but things were different, very different.
Did your parents have a car back then?
Oh yes, we had a car.
So y'all were doing pretty well
We
then.
did pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, my daddy went to sea, and sometimes he had a hard time getting shipping automobiles. Then he'd go to New Orleans or New York or Galveston, places like that, so that he was constantly, shipping. I don't know if a lot of people know they have made merchant marines that were
Here in Mobile?
seamen. No, all over the United States has deemed them as veterans now.
Oh,
because
really?
they served during wartime. And my daddy was on a ship once and during Vietnam, and they captured his ship. And they were in port in Vietnam area for about a year before they could come home. So they did. They took supplies for the military and stuff. So they made seamen their honorary veterans now.
just that you could cut it, but you can't put it back.
Yeah, that's not even bad. Yeah, I know what you mean there.
Uh-huh. How's that? Okay. Anything you want me to go shorter?
No. All right, let's see. What you think?
In the back, it's short, but I could go shorter.
What you think? I mean, it won't be shaped if you go a little short. Or what you think? Maybe okay.
It's okay. It's in style now. Yeah, I finished a line, but we could go some more if you want to. Check the other side.
Can you use that white out? What is it called? The purple stuff.
The shimmering light.
Do y'all have that?
Yes, we have that. Let me check to see if it's even to see. This one's short. This one I could go in, but when it's wet and all that,
Yeah.
after I wash it,
it's gonna be.
yeah, it's gonna.
It's gonna draw up stuff. Yeah.
So here you have a whole bunch of hair,
Right. I see that.
and over here not much,
It's
but
thin.
it's growing. It's
Okay.
growing in.
And
I think-
cutting will help it to grow. I think to thicken up. I don't worry about that.
and I think it's part of the chemo too. That
Yeah,
it's growing.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And anesthesia and all that kind of stuff. It makes a
Yes,
difference.
right here. All of this is gonna grow
good.
back.
Okay, that sounds. It looks
To
good.
have a daughter that's a lawyer, you guys
Yeah.
were,
Well, she
did real good, and
yeah.
your husband too.
Yeah, but
How
she
did
can-
the two of you guys?
A friend of mine introduced me to him right after he got back from Vietnam. So,
Was it love at first sight?
no way.
What, you say no?
No way.
So how long y'all been married now?
We've been married 54 years.
54 years? See? It was love.
Oh, I guess so. We tell everybody his mama. I tell everybody his mama paid me to marry him. He tells everybody that my mama paid me
To marry him?
Yeah, to marry him. I say, good thing your mama paid me. You wouldn't even been with me.
Yes.
I wasn't even looking for nobody else. Working at the mill. I was looking for me a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief. He started laughing.
You start laughing?
But we didn't meet in high school, but he went to the same high school. And he played in the band. He played drums. And I played clarinet, and I had a brother in the band. He played clarinet. And he lives in a place called Katy, Texas, in the Houston area. He's been a high school principal. He's been a school board.
Who?
My brother. That's
your brother?
that lives in Houston. He was a science teacher. And guess what? They had, when he was in a place called Loretta, Ohio, right outside of Cleveland, he predicted his class, he had a science club. They predicted a blizzard that the local weather station
Didn't?
missed. Right. They didn't.
Really?
They predicted it. And they had the data and stuff. They did a big article on him. He was a coach and then a science teacher, and then he went to Ohio State and got his master's, and then he started being a principal. Then he moved to moved to a place called Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yes, Raleigh is a nice place.
Real nice.
Retirement,
real nice.
too.
Oh, real nice. His wife had worked for IBM, but then when they married, she moved to Ohio with him, and she has a sister in Cary, which is right near Raleigh. But he was a principal there, but he said he nenever wanted to be a principal again.
Really?
But
Why?
he was a second retirement. Well, he was assistant, just trying to, do until, because he was still young enough after he'd done 30 years in Ohio. But the principal got moved to the school board, and she wanted her teachers and her staff to have a good person, so she begged him to take her job as principal. And he did that until he retired. He did about 10 years after the 30 that he had done in Ohio.
Your brother. So how many brothers and sisters you
I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. I'm middle child.
Okay. So your
I'm
mom,
right in the middle.
your mom and dad still living?
My mom passed away 7 years ago. She was 94, 2 weeks from 95. She retired from mental health. She was a dietitian, and she was over Lamont Center. She was over the cafeteria at Lamont Center. But she, during World War II, because she was in her 90s, she came to Mobile from Coffeyville, Alabama.
Where's that at? Coffeyville?
Coffeyville is outside of Jackson, Alabama.
Oh, okay.
And so she made airplane parts.
Really?
The men were gone. The women worked in the factories and they made the airplane parts for Brooklyn Field before it closed.
When did Brooklyn Field
It closed in, I
is
think
known for airport?
it was Air Force Base.
I didn't know that. So it always had been
It was
plane
always,
landing.
yeah. So now they have the technical aviation school down there that the students are attending now.
Let me see your eyebrow. So the hair you
My
have
eyebrows didn't grow back, and so
from
I'm
there.
Going, yeah.
Let me see your eyebrow. Okay, you need some microblading on it.
Okay.
Yeah, to get. But I see your hair is growing. Look at how nice it is.
Yeah, and I don't have any chemicals in it, no tint, no perms or anything right now.
So the doctor tell you to stay away from hair
Yeah,
color?
but for a certain amount of time. But I didn't ask them how long, so maybe when I get my
What
thing.
happened here?
I don't know. I think it was it started
Like a brown spot or something?
after with the chemo.
Yes.
Sometimes it affects the
Let me
skin
see.
cell.
Still look beautiful. You still look.
Well, I'm 74 and I'm proud to be alive and pretty much healthy. I drive and I drive, distances. I can drive from here to Dallas or I can drive to different places. I've driven to Ohio.
To Ohio? By yourself or with your husband?
Oh no, with my husband or with my sisters. Yeah, we go in a group. We don't ever go anywhere alone.
So you basically was born and raised here
In Mobile.
In Mobile.
I lived in Louisiana for a while, and Texas for a small while.
Did you like it?
I liked it. It was okay because that's where I went to school, and so I had a lot of friends there.
Your eyes so pretty. Let me see.
My eyes are
It's blue.
They're blue.
See.
Yeah, they're grayish blue.
Wait, how did you get a blue eye?
I asked the doctor. He says when you get older, your eyes change color.
Let me see. Hold on. Oh my God! Look, it's not from cataracts or.
No, I asked him that. No, it's not from
Really?
cataracts. It's not glaucoma. It's my eyes.
Let me see the other side.
Mm-hmm.
You guys see her blue eye? So I didn't realize. How do you get your eye blue? Is your husband eye like that too?
No, just mine. My mom's was not like that. I have Indian blood. My grandmother, my great-great-grandfather was a Creek Indian. And so that's where I guess maybe I don't know where the eye come, but my eyes are. People come and they say, "Hey, wait a minute!" Especially in the light, you can see.
See, my eyes brown.
Now,
I don't have any blue eye.
And
like
I've had cataract surgery. I go for my eye checkup, check glaucoma, and I asked him. I said, "Is my eye color and the changing of my eyes? They've been that way for about 20 years. So before I got older." And he said, "Oh no, that's just sometimes your eyes would change colors as you get older." And he said, "That's the color of your eyes."
So your chemo and all that, now you feel a lot better? Are
Much
you getting
better.
healthy?
I'm getting healthy.
More energy?
More energy. I had lost a lot of weight, but I've gained my weight back. And everything seems to be good. All my tests have come back, good. And I have, sometimes chemo affects your heart. I got a cardiologist, and I've had all those tests done, EKGs and echocardiograms, a lot of things. People don't realize that you go through a lot of different other changes because chemo can affect other parts of your body. But
it can.
I have not had any major difficulties adjusting to after the chemo, except with my legs. I have neuropathy. That means that they feel tight. And
Let me see your leg. Right here, look.
And so,
They feel tight? Okay.
They feel tight, but
You
they're
still
not
got
swollen.
skinny, pretty legs. Look at it.
Well, that's because I used to be really skinny.
Well, thank you,
Thank you.
for sharing your story.
Thank you.
I'm gonna wash your hair, and then we can put. You leave it alone. You put gel on it, or
No, I just wash it and go.
I like your hair now.
Okay. Thank you. Thursday and Friday.
Yes, we are. What you call it? We are gonna do the open, and then we're gonna be.
So I just saw the date on the first, but I'll be back after in the new year.
So your hair is easy to wash.
Well, boy, I wish you had seen my mom's hair. It was, she didn't have chemo or anything, but it was pure white.
Really?
And,
It must be pretty color.
And it was soft. I had thick hair, but they say coarse hair, but I'll show you pictures. You ain't gonna believe how much hair I used to have.
I'm gonna mix the shimmering light on, okay?
Okay. Yeah, just
You know, one time, I think 2 times I did the shimmering light on and I mixed it with shampoo, and next thing I know, her hair was purple.
well, it turns purple, like, and then until you wash it out, but it mixes. Yeah.
I put a little bit on it.
Ultra, but I mean, I don't know who all works over there. So I probably don't even know him. That lady's over there.
You could go ahead and have it. See, after you wash it, this is.
And I got these 2 sizes. You want me to try to do the blue on them?
Well, thank you, and thank you
Since we're gonna be
for sharing your story with us, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna put my hat on because I
Okay,
catch
that's
cold.
fine. Can I see your hat? Oh, you match your outfit.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so
Y'all
much,
do
and
a
have
good
a great holiday.
Y'all as well.